The state television campaign in Western Armenia represents the most important news for today. Good day. Today's broadcast. The delegation of Western Armenia is in Geneva. The speech of the Speaker of the Government of Western Armenia. Ankara's reaction by the photo of the map of Western Armenia in Lyon. When did the UN recognize Artsakh as a terrorist entity? Inaccessible wording. On the issue of the missing Artsakh citizens. Director Jivan Avetisyan became member of the European Film Academy. Support the state television of Western Armenia. The delegation of Western Armenia is in Geneva. On May 14 of this year, the UN World Intellectual Property Organization will hold a diplomatic conference of the Intergovernmental Committee on Intellectual Property and Genetic Resources, Traditional Knowledge and Folklore in Geneva. It should be noted that this year, the delegation of Western Armenia will also participate in the conference. Let us remind you that this year is celebrated the 16th anniversary of the honor of being accredited by the National Council of Armenians of Western Armenia to the sessions of the Intergovernmental Committee on Intellectual Property, Genetic Resources, Traditional Knowledge and Folklore. Last year, the first president of Western Armenia, Mr. Armine reminded in his speech that it has been more than a century since Western Armenia and its native Armenian population, after being recognized as a sovereign and independent state in 1920 without observing the norms of international law, they are subjected not only to genocide but also to forced displacement and territorial annexation, illegal appropriation, seizure of its genetic resources, systematic destruction of its heritage and spiritual and material cultural and property, population forced religious conversion, which leads to the denial of the existence of indigenous peoples who are victims of the genocide and has disastrous consequences for the transfer of traditional knowledge and their cultural self-expression. On May 14, Western Armenia TV will present you the details of the conference. The speech of the Speaker of the Government of Western Armenia. On May 11, the speech of Armine Sahakyan, the spokeswoman of the Government of the Republic of Western Armenia, took place. In her speech, she referred to the basic occasions of the Government of the Republic of Western Armenia. She reminded that May 9 was the 8th anniversary of the Day of Constitution of Western Armenia. The Constitution is the main guarantor of the rights and freedoms of a person and a citizen, and at the same time the claimant of realizing the individual duty of each of us, because rights, freedoms, and independence are first of all the highest responsibility. In her speech, she presented the 50 founding texts of the Republic of Western Armenia, which are unchanged. You can watch the speaker's speech below. The photo of the mayor of Lyon, Grigori Duzek, came to the attention of the Turkish media on his Twitter page as well as in the video. They caused great dissatisfaction in the Turkish domain of the internet. According to the Turkish press, Duzek participated in the event dedicated to the memory of the victims of the genocide against Armenians in Lyon, which was also attended by the athletes of the Armenian national team preparing for the Olympic Games. They later hold training sessions in Lyon. A video and a photo from the same event were shared on the internet, where the mayor of Lyon takes a photo with Armenian athletes against the background of the map of Western Armenia, which upset the nationalist Turkish users. The mayor of Lyon was targeted by the Turkish official media, which described the incident as a scandalous phenomenon. The UN Committee on Torture issued a statement regarding human rights violations during the Artsakh war, citing numerous cases of torture, extrajudicial killing and illegal detention of the Armenians. But a public statement said that the UN Committee was concerned about the alleged extrajudicial killing, torture and ill treatment of ethnic Armenians during armed conflicts and counter-terrorism operation. What does the UN Committee call a counter-terrorism operation? When did the United Nations recognize the people of Artsakh and the armed forces as terrorist organizations, against which they called the aggression and anti-terrorist operations? Such formulations of the UN only encourage BANQUE to carry out new acts of terrorism and torture. A journalist, Lucene Badalyan, writes, Nune Hovsepian has earned from his conscript son for 8 months. Sahakyan was in the upper position of BANQUE village during the combat operation preceding the great evacuation of Artsakh. His fellow soldier was captured and returned by the Azerbaijan at the end of the previous year. It was one of the soldiers that we wanted to remind. According to the information of the investigative committee, 15 people are missing after the military operation of September 1920 last year. Artsakh ombudsman talks about 14 missing persons. 3 are civilians, 11 are soldiers. and militantmen. Army officer Artsakh has also been missing since September 19. The father only heard from his comrade that his son was wounded. My idea is that his friend 10 people left him and ran away. Turks may have fallen, died, or he may have bled to death. As a result of the 2022 military operation, the location of 2 servicemen is unknown. Director Jivan became a member of the European Film Academy. Jivan, the author of Tavanik, The Last Resident, The Gate of Heaven, and a number of other films, became a member of the European Film Academy. The director announced this in a post on his personal Facebook page. It is a great honor for me to become a member of the European Film Academy. It is the direct result of a year of non-stop work, my sense of responsibility towards my homeland, family and work. As a film director, my main tendency has been to tell about my homeland, to present Artsakh and Armenian, to help promote Armenian cinema all over the world, he said. Avetisyan emphasized as well that he is working on a number of film projects with which he aims to pave his future path to greater achievement, because much more needs to be done to achieve significant changes in the world. Now support the state television of Western Armenia. Western Armenia television, being loyal to its principles and viewers, continues its uninterrupted work with new approaches. As you already know, our television does not engage in self-promotion. It broadcasts mainly political and other contexts related to the history, present and future of Western Armenia, as well as news raising various issues. We also present the political transition of the President of the Republic of Western Armenia, the government, the National Assembly and other structures in a transparent and accessible manner. Dear compatriots, with your support, the possibilities of our television will be further expanded and strengthened. We are strong together. This was all for today. Goodbye.